Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. They're Stitched Up Heart with Wolves, and that is off their upcoming album, To the Wolves. And today, we want to welcome Stitched Up Heart lead vocalist Mixi to Rock and Metal Revival. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
First off, Mixi, we've been fortunate enough, we just told you this, to get to listen to the entire upcoming album, and I have to say, this might be my favorite album from you guys to date. From what I can tell, this released a little heavier, a little more edge to it. Was that something you guys were looking for?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate you saying that. We had a lot of fun on this record. We just kind of stopped caring so much about what everybody else wanted us to do and just did what we wanted to do. And I think from the very beginning, we were just right off the bat all on the same page. We wanted to get heavier. I wanted to scream some more, and we really just didn't hold back on this one, you know?
So did your recording process change at all to get heavier as far as what you had to do to get the sound you wanted?
Well, you know, it was just, so our last record was our sophomore record, and the record before that was more of like a radio thing. We did use the same producer for the first record, but the last record we had a different producer. So, you know, our producers end up being almost like another band member when we're writing. So we kind of bounce ideas, and, you know, when you collaborate with a different person, you're going to get different kind of stuff. And me and Mitchell Marlowe, who, like I said, did some of the Never Alone stuff, but he pretty much produced almost this entire record, except a couple songs. And we just really wanted to go heavy. We just like all wanted to just go crazy. And I think with the focus, we were just really focused on what we wanted to do too. The second record, we kind of lost ourselves a little on who we were. And we just took it a little bit back to the roots, and but with more of like a modern and grown up, I guess, twist.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, Mixi, I've through the last couple of years since after the pandemic, I've been hearing a lot of heavier music coming out of that, a lot of deeper, darker type music. Was that something that affected you guys going into the writing and doing this album?
I definitely believe that that's part of it, because, I mean, even lyrical content, this record is very fierce and aggressive, and, like, I'm just tired of being trapped in this cage kind of feeling. Like, I just want to get out and just go to a show and mosh and just beat everyone up, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of vibe I think that headspace I was in. From the beginning, the word fierce was something I just kept with me while writing, and I imagined just you know, like wolves. I already kind of knew that was the concept, and I just imagined like being like a werewolf out in the forest, and, you know, stalking my prey, and like I'm a visual person. So there's definitely a lot of the angst from the pandemic of just finally being able to leave and go out on tour, and I don't know, pent up energy, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So now your music incorporates a lot of different dynamics. You know, pretty much every song got heavy parts and mellow part, little eerie parts, and, you know, it's really cool to listen to. Now, is that something you guys strive for? You don't want to just have it beating you over the head for 4 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Like, dynamic is such an important thing. Our guitar player is very much into, like, the trailer music and film world. So emotion and taking it back, just to pull it back to, like, slam into that chorus is, it just gives it so much more energy when you take it away and quiet it down for a little. And I really like just kind of emptying out the music and leaving space for that energy to really hit heavier than just straight the whole song, you know.
Exactly, yeah. You know, Mixi, in today's hard rock and metal world, there seems to be a lot of dominant female bands, like In This Moment and Hailstorm, Pretty Reckless, Evanescence, Dorothy, Butcher's Babies, you guys. Now, do you see that movement really making their way in this genre right now?
I want to, maybe I'm biased, but I do want to believe that is like this massive movement, because, yeah, we've never seen it as predominant. It's still comparatively to the male, it's still a male-dominated industry, but I think that the women have kind of paved the way. Like, but women have always been there. It's just it's not as much, and hopefully in the future there's even more, and it's like 50-50 split between women and men in the crowd and on the stage.
Nice,
yeah. So where did the name Stitched Up Heart come from? It's a little weird.
I actually did have a very short-lived solo career under Mixi. I was signed to a record label, to Geffen, for a hot minute, and I moved out to LA to try to pursue this music career, and I got dropped from the label, and I went home, and I was just like, I can't do this. It's so hard. It's a very, very hard industry. And my parents were like, no, you've got to pick yourself up and go finish what you started. So I had to come back out to LA, and I just decided to start a band, and visually, I envisioned it with the screaming and the almost jazzy kind of vocal and the heavy riffs and stuff, and I stitched up my heart back together, and just that's pretty much what it's about. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Cool. You know, Mixi, we saw you open for Steel Panther in Madison, and we've seen that you guys have done shows with Godsmack and Hailstorm, just to name a few. What have you taken away from those experiences out with those headliners out on the road?
Oh, we learned so much. We didn't know specifically, like for the Godsmack tour, we didn't know that we were supposed to have a front of house person. So, we had no idea. We were just kind of like, we weren't told to get our own guy. But I mean, if you don't know, like front of house, they're your eyes and ears out there in the crowd, and what we're hearing on stage is something completely different. So we learned the hard way that, we need someone out there for us. So, and there's just every tour we learn so much stuff, and especially in those arena settings. And within this moment, we toured with them and Hailstorm. That was our first arena tour, and oh my God, from those women, just watching them every single night, it was so inspiring. And all the bands, Steel Panther, it was super cool, and it was such a good tour to just kind of remember to just have fun.
Yeah.
Godsmack does the same thing with the having fun. They just kind of pick on each other a little bit on stage, and just remember, like, it's not just we're here playing our songs. You're also got to trying to connect with 12,000 people in an arena, when I really like to stare people in the face. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
But we learned so much every tour.
Cool. Now you guys got a tour starting at the end of the month. Who are you going out with? Is it you guys, and then they'll throw in somebody to open for you?
So we are lucky enough to open up for Escape the Fate. Point North and Drugs are going to be on the bill, as well as Garzi, which I'm excited for all the bands on this bill. I'm very, very excited to see a show. I think it's a pretty stacked lineup as far as talent goes. So it's going to be a really fun one.
I see that one's going to be in Milwaukee September 3rd on Labor Day weekend, so that'll be a great show for listeners to go out and check out. I got a question for you. This has nothing to do with music, okay? I know at one time you were very involved with a kitten rescue, and as I sit here in a house full of rescues, and I have 3 of my own, do you still find time to be involved with that?
Oh, yeah. I've got 3 kittens in the bathroom downstairs right now. Pretty much as soon as I know that the tour is going to end, and I have a little time, at least 2 months in between something, I hit up the rescue and just say, I'm available at these dates, and I have to be gone by these dates, and whatever you got, just send them over. So I've got a few bottle babies. It's really nice to hear that you have all the rescues as well.
Oh, yeah. We love I got 6 cats here.
Yeah.
But man.
Okay, so I don't feel as bad then.
Yeah.
Granted, I have 4 of my own cats, and then I have three kittens that are just now kind of weaning onto regular food.
Wow.
So,
man,
good for you.
You're busy then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just, you know what it is? I think that it's kind of like me paying it forward in the world and just trying to feel like I'm doing something positive to give back. And I think I'm addicted to it, honestly. If I don't have kittens for a few months, I'm like, I need kittens. Do you guys have any kittens I can feed?
Nice. You guys, I got a chance to look at your website, and you guys got some really cool merch. Is there going to be a vinyl release of this album? Am I going to be able to get it on vinyl?
We're trying. We were told that it's so hard right now with getting vinyl and making sure that the pre-orders get your vinyl in time, and we didn't want to we didn't want to risk it not arriving when the pre-order everything else was shipped out. So we decided that we would do a vinyl run when when it's the right time, basically, and just like after the fact. It might not be as many sales, but I am such an advocate on vinyl. I just love the sound and the grit from the needle onto the vinyl. It's such a beautiful way to show your music, and I don't know, I just really like vinyl.
Yeah, we love vinyl. Yeah.
Definitely, and the artwork and everything, holding the product is always so much better.
It is. I went into a Barnes & Noble a couple days ago, and they have like this tiny little CD section, and there was a couple DVDs also, and more people were looking at books in vinyl than anything. So, maybe vinyl is bigger than CDs these days. I don't know.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
But now, going back, we got a chance to listen to the whole album, and there's some great stuff on here. But one question is, do you think the song Part of Me could have used a little bit of cowbell?
Don't get me started on that song. Oh my God. There's always one song that I kind of didn't want it on the record because it doesn't make sense, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But we paid for it, so here we are.
Okay. Well, you never know.
I'm pretty transparent about that kind of stuff. But you know what? There's a lot of people that love that song, but it definitely doesn't make sense for me for the rest of the record. But it is what it is, right?
If you threw in some cowbell, maybe it would make sense.
Maybe just the cowbell would put it all together, It's the missing link, man. You never know.
Like, hey, we could have done a 10-song record and left that one out, but there's going to be one person that is like, hey, you should have done the rest of the record like that one song, but
yeah.
Hey, we're here and it's on the album, so I stopped fighting to get it off.
Well, I'll tell you what, we love what we've heard of the whole album. We think everybody's just going to dig it when it gets out. And one of the songs another song that we got sent that we really liked and that we like to play is Possess Me. Can you tell us what was the thought process and what went behind that song?
That's one of my favorites as well, and I'm super, this one means a lot. I think it's a very much a growing song for us as far as like what we really want to sound like, and we kind of were able to see that, but it was a fun one to write it was one of the first ones that we wrote out in Nashville, and I just remember visualizing like a demon entity or an incubus or succubus kind of character trying to seduce me into the bad, into the darkness and possess me. And I just tried to be somewhat seductive with it, but with those dynamic elements and with the screaming and bring back some of that monster kind of verses that I had in the song Monster that we did a long time ago. So I just felt like it was so us in the lane that we really want to be in. And it's a good kind of lead into the rest of the record as well.
Well, it is outstanding. And tell our listeners, where's the best places to keep up with Stitched Up Heart?
You can find everything on our website, stitchedupheart.com, our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all that jazz.
All right. Well, sweet. Mixi, it has been a pleasure having you on the show, and you are always welcome back here on Rock and Metal Revival.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow for the next episode.
All right.